This is the answers for I do, you do, properties of operation. Remember, this is just to recognize the properties, and eventually we're going to use them to simplify and simplify algebraic expressions. So if I look at this, when I'm going to analyze it, I see grouping, so it might be associative, it might be commutative, might be distributive. Let's see, 4, 8, 10, 10, 4, 8. Do you notice the order changed? The order changed, so I know there's commutative in there. I'm also going to check the grouping. 4 and 8 are friends. Who's still friends? 4 and 8. So that is the commutative property of addition. Notice, remember, you can only do the commutative property with addition and multiplication. This one's an addition problem. Second one, I see grouping, so it could be maybe associative, could be commutative, we'll see. But if I look at what's happened, oh, they've busted them out of jail using the distributive property. This is 5 times 3c, which gets you 15c. This is 5 times 4, which is 20, and then to put the operation back in between them, we have the distributive property. Everybody in this group got a times 5. This problem, 7 times 0 equals 0. Anything times 0 equals 0, that is called the zero property. Think about it. If I have $5 bills, and I have 0 of them, then how much money do I have? I have $0. -9 plus 9 equals 0. You are undoing or inversing this. This is called the inverse property of addition. You started at -9, you added a positive 9, its opposite or additive inverse, and turned out to be 0. That will happen every time when you add its opposite, and that helps us get back to, with addition, back to its identity, which hopefully we'll hit also. This problem you have grouping, so again you might think associative, could be distributive, maybe commutative, we'll see. So I have 3 times 4 times 25, I have 3 times 4 times 25 on both sides, so the order doesn't change, so that means it's not commutative. I look at the grouping, 3 and 4 are friends, and now it's 4 and 25 that are friends. So what happened? 4 kind of switched over and is now friends with 25 instead of with 3. So this is what you call the associative property of multiplication this time. Works for both addition and multiplication. This one's an associative of multiplication. 6 times 1/6 equals 1. Well, here's what you should recognize is that this is its reciprocal, which is another name for the multiplicative inverse. So 6 times 1/6 equals 1, and we are inversing it, undoing it, because then we can get back to its identity. And I notice I didn't put any of the identity ones on here, so I'll take just a second to review. The identity property, which I didn't hit on this one, is anything times 1 is itself. That's its identity. It was an F, you multiplied it by 1, it's still an F. DNA did not change. Or anything plus 0 is still itself. It was an M, you added 0 to it, it's still an M, its identity did not change, its DNA stays the same. That one is called the identity property.